All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight for another great show. Tonight, I have another great topic stemming from my earlier Walking with Purpose live stream. If you missed that Walking with Purpose live stream earlier, you're going to want to check it out. It was a great topic. And the topic was how modern women are capitalizing thirsty beta males. One more time, how modern women are capitalizing thirsty beta males. And tonight, I'm going to continue this trend because I really want to help as many men as possible really understand what's going on. But it's not just about what women are doing. It's also what men are doing. And I'll explain more about that here in just a little bit. But before we get to all of that, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me make sure, first of all, that the YouTube notification has gone out. We are waiting for it. While we wait for it, there it is. The YouTube notification has gone out. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Is it rolling smoothly? Let me see here. Give me just a second here. Okay. It is rolling smoothly. All right. We've got 4 people here to start things off and 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share this out on your community tabs. Share it out on social media and make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and you select all notifications so that way you don't miss a single thing. And it is also a requirement when I do non-members only chats like this stream. When I do subscriber only chats, you need to be subscribed in order to chat. Once you subscribe, you'd be able to chat immediately if that were the case for this stream. But to make you all aware, this is a members only chat stream. The stream is publicly available, but if you do want to chat, you either need to be a moderator. Moderators can chat for free. But if you're not a moderator, you need to purchase at least my $2.99 membership package to chat here. You may want to consider bumping that up to the $4.99 membership because that's going to include live stream replays and pre-recorded videos that are going to be available to members only. And there are already a couple of pieces of content as members only on this channel here. So if you want to get all that, you need to bump it up to the $4.99 level. I have packages all the way up to $99.99, but once you hit the $4.99 level, anything that you donate or any package you choose after that, up until my $99.99 package, you're going to get the same thing. It's just up to you how much you want to donate to sponsor the channel. My lady is here in the chat, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. She says, see you all soon. Well, we're here now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, baby, for that. And before we even go further, I also want to pay special props once again to Mr. Tumnus, who donated another $50 on my earlier Walking with Purpose stream. Somebody out there's been, supporting the channel at a very high level. And once again, my lady and I greatly appreciate you. We wish we knew who you were so we can thank you even, privately behind the scenes. But hey, thank you so much for your $50 super chat earlier on the Walking with Purpose stream. And that's why the channel donations are starting off at $50 here tonight. If you do want to donate, you can hit the super chat. You can hit the super sticker. You can also hit the super thanks on the live stream replays or pre-recorded videos. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot is sharing my Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes in the chat. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. All right. So let's go ahead and get right to it. The topic of tonight's show is, should women use their looks to get ahead? One more time. Should women use their looks to get ahead? I have a great piece of supporting content I'm going to be going over tonight. It was an article I found on the internet that is very interesting. and I'm going to put my own spin on it. I'm going to mention pretty much that I don't agree with most of it, but I'm going to react to it as professionally as possible. In the meantime, feel free to get any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. By the way, if you're not a channel member or a moderator, you can still super chat and your message will go through. So if you don't want to become a member and you want to get one message through, you can send a super chat and I'll get to all messages, as time permits throughout the show. 14 in the box and 5 likes. Thank you so much for being here. So should women, use their looks to get ahead? Let me share my thoughts regarding this, okay? I honestly feel that both men and women should do the absolute best they can to take care of themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. But if we're talking about physically here, okay, this is something that most people struggle with. Once you hit a certain age, it gets more difficult to find time to exercise. You're not playing sports like you used to play, in high school and grammar school. So, and you're starting to work and you've got a lot of bills to pay. And some of you are working 2 or 3 jobs to survive. And then you just don't find time to exercise. No matter how busy you are, I highly, highly, highly suggest you find time to exercise at least 45 minutes to an hour each day. It's as simple as, taking a walk in your neighborhood, going to your park and taking a walk, for 45 minutes to an hour, getting on the treadmill for 30 to 45 minutes and do what's called HIIT, high intensity interval training. Go fast for a minute or 2 and then go slow for 3 or 4 minutes and keep changing it up. You got to keep those calories burning and you got to stay healthy and fit. So I honestly feel that both men and women should do the best they possibly can to take care of themselves, from a physical standpoint, also mentally and emotionally. But again, we're just talking about physically here, right? Okay. And, when you take care of yourself, it makes a statement, not only to employers when they're looking to hire people, but it also makes a statement to anyone that you would go on a date with. Because, when you take care of yourself, you're in decent shape, and you groom yourself, you groom your beard, you wear nice clothing that's pressed and smells nice and washed, right? It basically shows that you're a good person. And if you show up looking like a slob, it's making a statement saying that, well, you just don't care about yourself, and that's going to make you come off as less desirable or not desirable at all. So both men and women should be taking care of themselves as best as possible, and that is going to help you, personally and professionally. Now, here's where the problem is, in my opinion, and I'm going to include men here too, because men do the same thing as women are doing. It's just women are doing this at a much greater level, and there's a reason for that. I'll get to that in just a second. But when it comes to men and women using their looks as a weapon to weaponize the opposite sex, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, and there are men out there that are very, very good looking that prey on the vulnerability of women just to get in their pants, use them for sex for one night or so, and then kick them to the curb, right? I mean, we all know there are men out there that do that. And basically, they are weaponizing these women to get in their pants by just being very, very attractive. But see, women do the same thing on the flip side. The difference is they do it in a different way. And to me, I feel it's much worse than what men are doing. Because what the women are doing is they're exploiting the beta male market. They're exploiting a huge beta male market. And in the modern world, and like I've always said, beginning with the millennial generation, is one of the biggest beta male markets I've ever seen. And, there are beta males that are Gen Xers like myself, but there are fewer Gen X beta males than millennials. The millennials really started this trend, and that stems back to the way that these millennials were raised, the lack of parenting, more broken households. In this modern world, both men and women are working because women are now liberated and they are working, and the cost of living has gone up. So, households need a dual income. And these kids are being raised by their grandparents or by nannies, and they become latchkey kids. So, a lot of these young boys are not learning how to be a man because their dad is not around enough to show them what real masculine energy is, right? And in other cases, their father is a beta male and the mother is the one that wears the pants and in essence is exuding more masculine energy in the household. And the father is exuding more feminine energy. So, if you're a little boy growing up in a household where the woman is basically wearing the pants and exuding more masculine energy, hence playing the role of the dad instead of the mom. And then you have the dad on the flip side exuding more feminine energy and playing the role of the mother. It confuses the child. And that's what happens. So these men are very confused nowadays. They lack, lack self-respect. They're very immature. They're very insecure. And this is unattractive to women. But these men still crave the attention of women. And when they can't get it the normal way, then they, feel that they can pay money to get a woman's attention. And, pretty much all women know about this huge beta male market nowadays. And that's what you're seeing online nowadays, especially here on YouTube and some other platforms. You're seeing all these, very attractive, cute young women in their 20s and 30s that have become influencers. And, they're focusing their content on whatever it is that they're focusing it on. But the bottom line is the audience they're getting is not their intended audience. They're getting the thirsty beta male market that's just supporting them because they're cute. So in this case, I feel it's women that are weaponizing their looks to get ahead. Now, if you're using your looks for the right reasons, such as running a beauty channel for women and, sharing with women how to better apply makeup or recommending certain types of makeup, that's totally cool. But when you are weaponizing the beta male market, I just feel that that's pretty shady in my opinion. It's not illegal, but to me, it's morally and ethically wrong. So that is that. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen. And we're going to get to this here. Give me 1 second. I do need to respond to this text message very quickly here. Yep. Okay, we got that text message there. All right, so this is from dailymail.com. And the title of this blog is Women Should Use Their Looks to Get Ahead. That's the incendiary view of an academic who argues the Me Too brigade are robbing women of a vital weapon, their erotic capital. One more time. Excuse me. This is hilarious. Women should use their looks to get ahead. That's the incendiary view of an academic who argues the Me Too brigade are robbing women of a vital weapon, their erotic capital. I know Sandra and my lady are both watching behind the scenes, and let's just say, Sandra and Babe, that my intuition is never wrong. Let's just put it that way. Dr. Catherine Hakim believes women should exploit their erotic capital. Well, I mean, both men and women, can exploit it if they want, as long as they're doing it morally and ethically, correct. But most people are not doing it the moral and ethical way. That's the problem I have, because doing it the opposite way of, the moral and ethical way is more profitable, right? She urges for women to not be shamed for earning from their appearance. One more time. She urges for women not to be shamed for earning from their appearance. Nothing wrong with women making money because they're beautiful, but I have a problem when these women are exploiting the thirsty beta male market and they are weaponizing men that are very vulnerable and insecure and immature and really feel that they have a chance with these women. These women are basically preying on the vulnerabilities of the lack of masculinity in these beta males. So I feel it's morally and ethically wrong. She says being vilified for using looks to get ahead controls instead of liberates. Oh, okay. So basically what this I hate to say it, but this blog author sounds like a feminist to me. No disrespect, but sounds like you're a radical feminist. And this is where the problem is. This was written by Dr. Catherine Hakeem for the Daily Mail on May 18th. So this was basically written about a little over 4.5 years ago. Still very, very relevant to this day. So she says being vilified for using looks to get ahead controls instead of liberates. Okay. What are you going to tell these women when they're using their looks in their, late teens, when they're 18 and 19, throughout their 20s, and then their looks start to fade in their 30s and they're not getting the same, attention and making the same money they were in their teens and 20s. So now, they decide, okay, I'm done using my looks to make money. So now I want to go out there and find a man to settle down with. Well, those men that they're seeking are, going for women in their early to mid 20s, as they should, because those men in their early to mid 30s are going to want a woman that, has a longer fertility lifespan, right? And, they're going to want, just a little bit of a younger woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of women that play this game of exploiting their looks, in their prime years, instead of finding the right man, are finding out later on that, hey, was this really worth it? And another reason why guys won't give these women the time of day when they're ready to settle down in their 30s, early to mid 30s, is because, some of these women, if they do OnlyFans or they put out, provocative pictures all over the internet, that's there permanently. And who wants to be with a woman? What good man wants to be with a woman when everyone else can just go out there and see their woman in the flesh? It's just not a desirable thing for most decent men. And women are not realizing this because they're thinking about how much money can I make, in my late teens and throughout my 20s, right? So she believes radical feminists want society to conform to an anti-sex ideology. I'm going to leave that one alone. I got nothing to add to that. I'm just not going to say anything about that. The social scientist says women should be able to reap the rewards of their looks. Well, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with men reaping the rewards reaping the rewards of their looks, which is what I'm trying to say. But the main reason why women are able to reap the rewards of their looks is because of the thirsty beta man market. That's it. Because non-beta males are not going to give in to these women that in essence are just pretending to like a bunch of these guys just to extract their money. That's the bottom line. On average, good-looking people earn up to 20% more than others. Well, yes, and if you're doing it the right way, such as, you go to a corporation to get a good job, you want to be in good shape, you want to be well-groomed, you want to wear nice clothing, right? And that's going to help you get promoted, and it's going to show that you take care of yourself. And yes, those people are going to make up to 20% more, as they should. But if it involves exploiting vulnerable men that were unfortunate to have the best upbringing, right? That's, in my opinion, it's just wrong. It's not illegal. It's just wrong. It's morally and ethically wrong, right? All right. Let's continue here. One of my students, an attractive blonde, was upset at not landing a plum academic job. When she explained that to be taken seriously, she had tied her hair in a ponytail, foregone makeup, and worn several black clothing, I had no doubt what to advise. Well, if you're going to dress like crap, you're not going to get the best job or any job. Next time I said, look as ravishing as usual. She did, and of course, got an even better job at her next interview. Well, yeah, same thing for men. If you go to a job interview looking like crap, looking like hell, what do you expect, right? I am sure many would balk at this. No, it's the right thing to do. That's not the problem. The problem is exploiting the beta male market, ma'am. And you know that. You're just not saying it. But the fact is, physical and social attractiveness, what I call erotic capital, is a valued commodity in our image-obsessed society. So why shouldn't women exploit this? I know many women that were, salespeople for major companies that out-earned the men, not because they were better salespeople, because they were attractive. And they would convince thirsty beta males to buy their products using their looks and flirting with these men. Come on, that's not morally and ethically right. Come on, and how fair is that to men? Okay? There aren't a whole lot of men that can pull off flirting with women and make sales. Maybe a few can. But this is more so something that women can exploit because of the large amount of very vulnerable and thirsty beta males. That's what this all boils down to. The trouble is those who dare to deploy the secret weapon are often vilified, because what you're not saying, blog author, is how women weaponize the beta male market. You're coming at it from the standpoint of being able to land just a regular job. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's wrong when these women exploit the thirsty beta male market and they pretend to like these guys. They love bomb these guys, especially online. They love bomb these guys that support their YouTube channels, for example. And these guys aren't even there for what the lady, is doing on her channel. They're there just because she's hot, right? And they're paying her money because they feel the more money they pay her that, they're going to have a chance with her. And they don't have a chance in hell. That's the truth of the matter, right? It is part of what I call the new ice age, which doesn't refer to meteorological matters, of course, but the increasingly puritanical attitude towards attraction, sex, and sensuality at the heart of modern day feminism. Well, yeah, this does, this is a part of feminism. And like I've said before, and I've always said, right? Nothing wrong with women being liberated. Nothing wrong with women having equal rights. Both men and women have the same exact equal rights. My problem is a lot of women in their teens, late teens, 18, 19, and throughout their 20s are choosing to use their looks to make 5 to 10 times the amount of money they would make in their corporate job, right? And they say, okay, well, why should I work this corporate job for $100K a year when I can make $1 million a year going on OnlyFans? Well, okay, you go ahead and do that and see what happens once you turn 30, 31, 32. And these guys that were paying you $1 million a year are no longer paying you that, and they're paying someone 5 to 10 years younger than you, someone fresh, that same money. It has a limited shelf life. And see, most women, they don't realize this until it's too late, right? That's the problem. That's the absolute problem there. In the wave of post-Weinstein purges following the hashtag MeToo campaign and hashtag Time's Up movements, darts, walk-on girls, and Formula One grid girls have been given the boot. Okay. And this is social scientist Dr. Catherine Hakim, pictured, revealed why she believes women should use their appearance to get ahead. You look very happy there, ma'am. You really do. Look at that picture. Does she look happy? She's not even smiling. Like she looks like, I can't say that or else, I might get demonetized. But you can look at that picture and you can see unhappiness there. Give me a second here. Let me check out the chat here. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing? Good evening, Eli, says Lewis Fuller. He says, I just gave you a like. Oh, thank you, Lewis. Thank you for being here. There won't be really any issues tonight with trolling because this is a members-only live chat. Moderators are free, so, you're here. Stick around. We love you, Lewis. Hope your night is going well. Happy holidays to you and your family, bro. Let's continue. As a social scientist, I'm a professional research fellow at think tank Civitas and was a senior research fellow at the London School of Economics. I see this as a clear example of a new diktat seeking to control. Big psychology words there, rather than liberate women. Well, this is not about trying to control women. I don't think any men are trying to control women. Maybe there are some, but there are also some women trying to control men. There's always going to be a few people, trying to control the other side. Okay, this is not about seeking control. Okay, and it's not about women not being liberated. They are. This is about women exposing the thirsty beta male market, right? And basically wasting their years between the ages of 18 and 30, making as much money off their looks as possible. And then when their looks start to decline at age 30, then they try to settle down with a top-tier guy. The top-tier guys are saying, I don't want to be with someone that's put their pictures all over the internet and exploited thirsty beta males. I don't want to be with someone that everyone can see naked or whatever, right? Right? And these guys are going for younger women. This is what this boils down to. But no. She's not talking about this, right? That's why I do what I do. And I love both men and women, but this is the truth. This is the absolute truth. It is. Women have a clear advantage over men when it comes to beauty. Oh, ding, ding. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. Wow. That's the first honest thing I've heard this lady say. Let me read that one more time. Women have a clear advantage over men when it comes to beauty. You know why, ma'am? Because there's a large number of thirsty beta males that will give any woman the time of day. And you know it, ma'am, but only within certain parameters. Yeah, the thirsty beta male market, which I'd have to say nowadays more than half of the men, or maybe like 60% of the men out there or more, are thirsty beta males. It's a huge marketing opportunity for any average everyday woman between the ages of 18 and 30. Bottom line. Let's see here. But the hashtag #MeToo Brigade seek to destroy this. Well, that's because it's a very hypocritical statement. You see, women have come out and said, we don't want to be looked at sex objects, but when a lot of women are exploiting their looks to make enormous amounts of money between 18 and 30, what do you expect? You can't have it both ways, for Christ's sake. You can't have it both ways. Women want it both ways. What's new? What's new? They believe a woman is free to do what she likes with her body. She is. They can do whatever they want with their body. Who's saying they can't? But only within certain parameters. Well, if you're talking about, Roe versus Wade, the abortion stuff and all that, I understand where you're coming from, but women can do whatever they want with their body. Who said they can't in this modern world, right? In other words, she may not exploit her physical assets to please men. She can if she wants to. She can do whatever she wants, right? She can go on OnlyFans between the ages of 18 and 30 and strip for men and make money, right? All the money she wants, $1 million a year, right? If she's that good. The average woman will make $100,000 a year or $200,000, right? But some make $1 million, right? If they're that good. If they're that manipulative and that hot and they know how to really, really love bomb the thirsty beta males, then they can make that amount of money. But what happens when they hit 30 and their audience shrinks? Because these guys are now going to the younger women like she was when she started 10 years ago, 10, 12 years before that, right? In other words, she may not exploit her physical assets to please men, but here's the problem. What happens when she turns 30 or 35 and wants to settle down with a top-tier guy, right? Because that's what women want. They want the top-tier men. They want a strong, good-looking, confident, well-balanced man. No man like that's going to give a woman the time of day that's done all this to exploit herself, right? Ridiculous. Add this to the removal of works of art from galleries because they're considered sexist soft porn, and surveys which seem to show millennials are shunning sex in unprecedented numbers. Wow, that's not surprising. They mentioned millennials. 1 in 8 26-year-olds told researchers they are virgins. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of women I encountered in the millennial generation that were waiting for marriage, or they already were intimate, but they became reborn virgins. I got to tell you, no disrespect intended, the millennial generation, both men and women millennials, is the most, and I hate to say it, the most awkward generation I've ever seen. There's never been any generation like it, and there probably never will be. Even the Gen Zers after the millennials are nothing like the millennials, and they don't want to be. A sharp rise from previous generations, and you're left with a rather barren landscape. Well, have you heard of the phrase, you've made your bed, now lay in it, right? Okay. You made your bed, right? And if you want to lay in it after you make your bed, that's on you. This, in my opinion, is a return to the Puritans' narrow-minded asceticism. Wow. Give me a second. They dressed in black and condemned as sinful everything sensual and luscious. Music, dancing, fine clothing, eroticism. You're going way back, over 50 plus years ago. Women and men, women are sexually liberated. Women are completely liberated. That's not the problem. This woman is talking like, women are being shamed, for being sexually liberated. Well, there are some men that shame women for that, but the majority of people are better than that. But there are, some women that shame men too. But this blog author is making it sound like it's much worse than it actually is. But must we abandon our recently gained sexual freedom and deny our erotic capital? No one's telling you to do that. You could do whatever you want. I mean, if you ladies want to go out and sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, that's on you. Sleep with 100 guys, sleep with 1,000 guys. No one cares. I don't care. I'm not going to shame you for it. But if I was single and, you wanted to, be in a serious relationship with me and I found out you slept with 1,000 guys, I wouldn't want to be with you. I wouldn't. Or if you ran a business where you were taking advantage of thirsty beta males to make money, I personally wouldn't want to be with you. And many other top tier guys wouldn't. That's it. That's what you ladies are mad at, but you're not talking about it. You're not talking about it. Okay? Give me a second here. Mr. Tumnus with another $50 super chat. Oh my God, you're back again? Holy Moses. My lady's clapping. What is going on here? Mr. Tumnus, when are you going to run out of money? Oh my God. I got to respond to this text message real quick. Oh my God. Wow. Give me a second here. All right. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I apologize for that. Yeah, Mr. Tumnus, thank you again for the $50 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's continue here. The new breed of radical feminists clearly wants all of society to conform to their anti-sex ideology. No, it's not true. That's absolutely not true. They may pretend to speak for us all, but too often ignore most young women's aspirations, not to mention the naturalness and importance of attraction between the sexes. Well, that's true. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, Sandra, I'll get back to you after the show. Yeah, and we can consider doing a topic on that as well. Yeah, absolutely. In this new ice age, the only acceptable way for women to get ahead is through the job market, but this ignores the fact that 2/3 of UK women don't go to university, and some may choose to make money in other ways. Many girls want to become supermodels, just as boys dream of being football stars. And what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. Again, no one's saying anything is wrong with that. And you're going to start to see now with, TikTok and the way YouTube is and the internet's exploded in the last 5 years, you're going to start to see fewer women going to college and exploiting their looks for money, right? Now, before this big boom started happening on the internet, I'd probably say over the last 5 years or so, right? And I think OnlyFans has been around for about 5 years or so. Let me actually look and see. OnlyFans. It was founded November 2016, 6 years ago, right? So that's about when this trend started, right? About 6 years ago. And give me a second here. Before that time, there were two women enrolling in college for every one man. Women were getting degrees at the rate of 2 to 1 over men. But now you're going to start seeing that shift level off, and you're going to also start seeing people not going to college because it's become too expensive, and it doesn't really affect you. It doesn't help you really make more money unless you're going to become a doctor or a nurse or an attorney or something like that. It's almost not even worth going to college. So, yeah, I mean, I can't blame women for wanting to go this route, but it does come with other repercussions. It comes at the cost of them sacrificing their family life, because by the time their sexual market value, SMV, starts to decline around age 30, and these men stop supporting these women because they're supporting younger women, these women are going to try to lock a top-tier man down, and that top-tier man is not going to want to be with a woman in her early to mid-30s, especially one that's plastered her private pictures all over the internet. I mean, how special is a man going to feel when his woman is plastered all over the internet? That's the truth of the matter, right? All right, let's see here. Where are we at? We are at 40 minutes. How much longer do we have? Let me just take a look here. Give me a second. We have 1 section, 2, 3. We have 3 sections left. So this is a good time to take a break. Let me read this. Dr. Catherine revealed on average, good-looking men and women with a pleasant manner earn up to 20% more than others. When did she say pleasant manner? Because that does make the difference as well. You see, if a woman is attractive or very attractive or cute and has a great personality, that makes her even more attractive. To me, a woman that's super hot with a crappy personality is not hot to me at all. Yeah, physically she may be great, but overall, she's not attractive. That's the bottom line. But I never saw the doctor that is writing or that wrote this article say what she's saying here in the caption. Dr. Catherine revealed on average, good-looking men and women with a pleasant manner earn up to 20% more than others. Well, that was at the top. Okay, so that was at the very top. Okay, that's where I missed it. Okay. So let me go ahead and scroll up here. And I'm going to step away and take another break. Let me add another $50 to the donations, the channel donations. And we're now at $100 for the day. Thank you again, Mr. Tumnus. Greatly appreciate you. Really, really appreciate you, man. Again, if you are who I think you are, you're a good man. Much love, much appreciation. Thank you so much. Let's go back to full screen here and cue up that music. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Let's see. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 7 or 8 or 9 minute break. And we'll get to the last 3 paragraphs when I get back. So stick around. Round. We'll be right. got into a very interesting conversation with my lady on the break, and I barely made it back on time. Oh, man. Ooh, let me situate myself. All right. We're all good in the hood now. Let's get right back down to business. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Glad you could all join me here tonight. We have a great topic. Should women use their looks to get ahead? One more time, should women use their looks to get ahead? If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay because I shared my thoughts and prelude in the beginning. You're not going to want to miss that. And we've been going over this blog article by a doctor, a psychologist, and they're just really missing the main point. So go back and check out the replay, and I'm going to continue with that here in just a second. But before we get back to it, once again, let me thank Mr. Tumnus for another $50 super chat. This same person has donated $400 to this channel in the last week or so, 3 or 4 days. God bless you, sir, for whatever reason you're donating. And whoever you are, I assume you're somebody, but whoever you are, man, God bless you, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I hope that, your new year starts off on the best foot possible. Now, if you would like to, donate to help further support the channel here, if you feel you're getting value from the content that my lady and I create here, you can make a donation in any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of many ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat and tap that $ and hit the super chat or super sticker. You can also donate on the live stream replays once they're done processing, or any pre-recorded video on a monetized channel. Just look for the heart below the title that says thanks. That's called the super thanks. And when you purchase a super thanks, you will be making a highlighted comment in the chat with the amount that you donate. If that doesn't work for you, you can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot is sharing both my Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. And while we greatly appreciate all donations, they are not required. We treat people that donate the same as people that don't. But we really do appreciate the donations this month. Things have been trending upward here, in the Coach Eli neck of the woods. And my lady and I greatly appreciate it. I mean, we've had a lot of unexpected bills this year, and this is certainly helpful. And we're very grateful and thankful for every penny that's donated. All right, so let's get right back to it here. Let's switch on back over to the browser source. This is only going to probably take another maybe 25 to 30 minutes or so. There we are. All right. Instead of vilifying grid girls, glamour models, and others, their critics should praise them for using their erotic capital so effectively and encourage them to argue for higher pay. Let me first of all make sure that my sound is still normal. Okay, yeah, we are good. Well, here's the thing. Who is vilifying any woman or glamour models or others, right? I mean, and who's even saying anything negative about those people? I mean, yeah, some people are going to be jealous of any man or woman making money or being in a better position than them, but no one is chastising women for this at a great level. The thing that women are being chastised for are basically exploiting the thirsty beta male market. And a lot of women, have come out and said, well, we're tired of men, abusing our vulnerabilities, right? But women are doing the same thing to the thirsty beta males. They're abusing vulnerable men. That's what I think it is. Now, it's not against the law what they're doing, but it's morally and ethically wrong. And I consider it to be a form of abuse, vulnerable abuse. Women should not be shamed for earning money from their appearance. No one said they should, but it comes with repercussions depending on how they go about it. Nor should men who admire attractive women be treated as sex pests. Okay, that makes sense. Like, what's the point of even saying that? This all just boils down to the thirsty beta male market being abused, in my opinion. Denying erotic capital is bemusing when, in the age of selfies and social media appearance, has never been more valued. Well, you're seeing a lot more women go on Instagram and Facebook and other, social media sites and taking these side angle shots, leaning over and showing some cleavage and leaning up to the side and sticking that big booty out. Why do women do that? They want attention. They want more likes and views, etc., from the thirsty beta males. You think that even when I was single, do you think I was looking at those pictures and liking them and sending money? No. It's the thirsty beta males that they're targeting. Let's continue. Good-looking men and women with a pleasant manner, there's where this is at. There's where it's at. Okay. Good-looking men and women with a... Sorry, I've been getting a lot of messages behind the scenes from the Coach Eli clan. Just thrilled at how things have been going lately. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. Good-looking men and women with a pleasant manner earn up to 20% more than others on average. As they should. You take better care of yourself. Appearance is important because it shows that you're a reliable and responsible person. If you're able to take care of yourself, stay healthy and fit, wear nice clothing, smell nice, right? Have pressed clothes, be well groomed. Why would you not want to be like that? Who would want to hire someone that looks like crap? There are plenty of social benefits too. Yeah, of course. If you're an attractive man with a great personality, with everything I just mentioned a second ago, women are going to be more attracted to you, and you're going to be more attracted to women that take care of themselves. That's a normal thing. Why make a big deal out of it? There are plenty of social benefits too, not only in dating and mating, but also in the workplace and public life. Attractive people get more help, support, and a smoother path in life. Yeah. That's an obvious thing. That's an obvious thing. Why even write this article and leave the most important thing that women are being chastised for, and that's exploiting the thirsty beta male market? I keep saying that. It's the truth, right? We can all develop our erotic capital. When I was in my 20s, so here we go. When I was in my 20s, I took advantage of free makeup lessons offered by cosmetic firms and quickly got all the expertise I wanted. Keeping fit and in good shape is open to everyone. Of course it is. Of course it is. Hey, baby. That's an obvious thing right there. Yeah, if you can take advantage of things in your 20s based on your looks, that's not a problem. If you get hired to do a modeling gig or something like that because you're attractive, there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, where I have an issue with is the massive exploitation of the thirsty beta male, the vulnerable thirsty beta male market. Okay. And that little dog is whining. It's okay. No worries, baby. You'll take care of him in a second. My lady is here, just hanging out a second. Anyone can learn social etiquette, good manners, color coordination, and style. Smiling more often also helps. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's a better picture there. But, I don't know. That's a decent looking guy there, a decent looking woman. He's checking her out. I mean, I think this picture was a posed picture. Guys are never ever gonna make it look that obvious, and if they make it that obvious, they're gonna say something. Hey, how you doing? Right? They're gonna say something. They're not just gonna turn around and stare at a woman walking on by. Yeah, I mean it happens sometimes, but it's not this blatantly obvious. Dr. Catherine claims, huh? Well, that's true. That's true. It's the lighting, the makeup, and the push-up bras, and I mean, yeah. Dr. Catherine claims it's patronizing that women are often portrayed by some feminist groups as unable to rebuff unwanted advances. File image. This is over-dramatized right here. This is over-dramatized. I would not even use that picture in this article, but hey, this is not my article, Let me check out the chat here real quick. We're still good. Okay. We all accept it is sensible to invest 10 or more years in a good education, and it might be taboo to admit it, but evidence shows that it makes just as much sense to invest time and effort in our appearance too. Well, it's not that difficult to take care of your appearance, okay? If you're already in good shape, maintaining your good shape is very simple. You eat healthy, you don't overeat beyond what your body burns caloric-wise, and you exercise regularly. Walk 45 minutes to an hour each day, or get some form of exercise for 45 minutes to an hour each day, right? And just eat healthy, cut back on all the sugary sweets and stuff like that, right? The reason why people get out of shape is because they don't think about what they're eating. They don't think about what they're putting in their system. And, they think that when they're younger, they have a high metabolism and, they can eat whatever they want and not gain weight. No, the reason why they're not gaining weight when they're younger is because they're more active. When you're younger, when you're going to college, high school, grammar school, you're doing physical education and that's burning those calories. But once you're done with school, right? And then you're working and you're not getting that exercise in your PE class or playing sports for your high school or your grammar school, right? Or your college, then how are you getting your exercise? You're not. So all that extra food you were eating is just being stored as fat because you're eating more than you're burning. Let's see here. I first became interested in erotic capital when I saw a huge poster of David Beckham in Armani briefs on the Selfridges building in 2009. Well, it's an advertisement. That's what modeling is. You model, underwear, bras, any type of clothing. That's the way you sell it, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? No one complained about a man exploiting his attractiveness, but there would have been uproar if a woman had done the same. No, absolutely not. Why? What is wrong with women looking good walking down the street or looking good at work, right? That's not the problem. The problem is when women or men, but it's more so done by women because of the thirsty beta males, when men or women exploit their looks in unethical and ways that are not morally right, that's where I have the problem and most people have the problem. Right? That's the only problem. Anything else? Why wouldn't we want to see attractive women dressing nice and looking good? And same with men. Why wouldn't we? Women don't seem to accept other women getting ahead. Well, that's a problem that women have had since the inception of time. Women are biologically programmed to fight for the strongest male. Before women were liberated, they were dependent on a man for survival. So they would seek out the strongest male, physically, mentally, emotionally, one that was a good provider to reproduce with and to be taken care of. by, right? That's how women have been biologically programmed by a higher power, I believe to be God, right? And women still have the same biological programming today, even though they're liberated and they're being told different things against their biology. Come on. Come on. Wake up and smell the coffee. That's why women don't seem to accept other women getting ahead, because women have always been competitive over men. So now that they're competing for jobs, it's just part of their natural biology to compete at everything, right? Now, I'm not saying men don't compete. We do, but when we don't get a job, we don't get ticked off. We just try again, right? Women will get really, really triggered, usually. Don't get me wrong, there are some women that handle it maturely, but most don't because of their biology, particularly when they are attractive. Men may be jealous of other successful men, but instead try to learn from them. Right, I just said that in different words, right? Yeah, men can be jealous too of other men making more money than us and being in a better place than other men, right? But we look at that, we're like, okay, we could sit here and be jealous and argue the situation and waste time or learn from these guys on how to not only be as good as them, but better than them. Men focus on becoming better, not arguing a moot point, right? Our biology is different as men compared to women. We are biologically different. That's it, right? There's an evolutionary element to this in that it harks back to females competing for a mate. I just said that. Big round of applause. You got that one right, blog author. That's exactly what I said. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. There's an evolutionary element to this in that it harks back to females competing for a mate. But why do women continue to put each other down? Because it is a part of their natural and biological essence of competing for the strongest male before they were liberated. Now they're competing for everything because they have equal rights. That's natural female biology. Women's lives and opportunities have changed radically since the pill in the 60s. Yeah, birth control, prevent pregnancy. You don't have to worry about it, right? Now, you don't even have to, I can't even talk. You don't even have to worry about taking the pill or forgetting the pill. You can use the IUD. It's good for 5 years, right? And you don't have to take a pill. It goes in there and it's 99.9% effective. And equal opportunities laws in the 70s. Women have surged into professional occupations and the pay gap is now trivially small. Trivially small. It is. You know what? Big round of applause. You got that one right. There really is no gender pay gap anymore. Now, are there some male business owners or managers in a corporation that do it the wrong way? Yes, there are still some issues that are a pay gap. As a matter of fact, my lady is in progress. She's got a case against her former employer, and it's part of it has to do with pay gap because she got paid far less than the other male assistant managers, and so it's going to be taken care of. Just put it to you this way. And she busted her butt and worked 10 times harder than even the guys, right? So yeah, in some cases, on a case-by-case basis, every now and then, there are still going to be gender pay gap issues, but for the most part, women are making very good money nowadays. Women are actually out-earning men for the most part. So yeah, you got that one right, blog author. Despite this, some academics with a feminist agenda insist on presenting women as the powerless victims of domineering men. I'm going to leave that one alone because it is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing more to add to that. What's that? The boss there and the cute secretary? Dr. Catherine urges women to be proud and reap the rewards they can achieve by using their appearance to get ahead. Oh, so you sleep with your boss, right? Is that what you're implying there? Is that the boss and the secretary? Hey, you sleep with me, I'll promote you to, department lead or, department manager. I'll double your salary. Yeah, that's not right also. But it happens. It does happen. Let me see here. Last paragraph here, folks. Get your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 10 minutes or so. All right. And why are we thought incapable of rebuffing unwanted advances in the workplace or elsewhere? It is patronizing. Why can't women enjoy compliments from men? They can still say no if advances are unwelcome because of sexual harassment laws. And, there are cases where women and men are truly sexually harassed. And there are other cases where, a woman will hit on a man, the man will deny her interest, and then the woman will flip it on the man and say, well, he harassed me, he brushed up against me and I didn't like that. And the man never did that. And that's all it takes to get a man fired nowadays. Even if a man does nothing, if a woman goes and says that, she was sexually harassed by this guy, even if it didn't happen, in most cases, that guy will get suspended without pay. And in most cases, without pay, it should be with pay until it's proven, but it's without pay normally, usually. And then the guy loses his job, or he ends up quitting because he feels like, he's screwed, right? Because of the way the system is nowadays, right? This is what guys call like the feminist agenda. This is what's really sad. And I hope it changes one day. Because, yeah, you're right. There should be nothing wrong with talking with people at work. And if you build a connection with someone, you want to date someone. That's how people, a lot of people have met through the workplace, right? But nowadays it's become just too much of a risk. I never once ever dated any coworker that I worked with at any job in the past before I became self-employed. Never. I wouldn't recommend it either. It is true Harvey Weinstein was a pig and a bully. Well, that's true. But the hashtag #MeToo campaign quickly lost focus, becoming, in some cases, a way for women to vent about unwelcome male attention rather than abuse. Big round of applause. You got that one right as well. Big round of applause. So, in essence, what you're saying is that hashtag #MeToo was taken a bit too far. It was taken out of context. It became more about, women that, didn't get a promotion because they didn't qualify for it. And then they would come and say, well, I didn't get the promotion because I'm a woman and I have a male manager. No, you didn't get the promotion because you weren't qualified. In the same ways, a man wouldn't get it if he wasn't qualified, right? That's the big problem there. Instead of bringing meaningful change, it merely revealed women incapable of dealing gracefully with clumsy efforts at seduction. And men who find women physically attractive are too often branded sexual predators. In some cases, yes, some cases, no. That's your opinion. We're going to leave it at that. I have nothing more to add to that. Men enjoy sexual banter. It's a standard way of interacting in the workplace. For women, flirting can be a useful skill. It is not morally wrong. It is just pleasurable. The blog author is right about that. The blog author is right about men enjoying sexual banter. The problem is, nowadays, if you do it in the workforce, you're going to eventually be suspended for sexual harassment, and then you're going to get fired. So you got to keep your mouth shut. You got to be very professional. Bottom line. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. I know a young man who feels straitjacketed by hashtag #MeToo. Well, a lot of men feel that way. They dare not make a move in case their behavior is publicly outed as inappropriate. Right. I just said the same thing. Women are taking it way out of context. Women are revolting against not getting promoted for not being qualified, and they're forcing their way up the ladder in some cases by, saying that, oh, you didn't promote me because I'm a woman and you're a man, right? That's not cool. There's got to be some laws protecting men on that, or protecting both men and women from that. But there aren't. By putting all men into the Weinstein camp, we crush the power of erotic capital, a large part of male-female interaction. Well, again, I highly recommend that you do not date anyone in your workforce, at your workplace. Highly, highly suggest that. Okay. While teaching at university, I watched with despair how girls on gender studies courses were brainwashed by the feminist mantra that women were victims. They were invited to reject men and taught that the only way to make it in life was through work. All else was undignified. Okay, nothing more to add to that. Okay. Looks do matter, so why can't women make the most of them? They can, and they have. They just should not exploit vulnerable men to try to take advantage of them and suck their money dry. That's the only problem I have. Anything else, go out and make your money, use your looks, be a model, use your looks to get a job, but also use your brain too. You got to have the brains and the looks, right? And you have to be able to do the job. You have to be qualified for the job. Okay? Again, the only problem I have is exploiting the vulnerable, the very vulnerable, thirsty beta male market. That's it. That's bottom line. They should be able to feel proud and reap the rewards. Same with men. I agree, with the exception of what I just mentioned, that I will not mention again because I've said it many times within this stream here. And that is going to do it, folks. All right. Let's go back to full screen here and start wrapping this up. Before we get on out of here, one more time, Mr. Tumnus, thank you once again for your very gracious $50 donation. And if you're the Clive account from the other day too that sent $200, you've now sent a total of $400 over the last probably 4 or 5 days. And again, my lady and I both greatly thank you and appreciate you. It's going to be put to good use. Thank you also to Lewis Fuller for being here, and thank you to my lady for being here as well, and also listening behind the scenes. Again, this was a members-only chat, folks. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm going to be switching them up between subscriber-only chats for the live streams and member-only chats. At least if I do 2 streams on any given day, at least one of them will be members only. The other will be subscribers only. So if you want to be able to chat in every chat, please purchase at least a $2.99 channel membership, and you'll be able to do so in the future. Or just super chat a bunch of times. It'd be cheaper to just get the membership, and you can super chat every time. That would work as well. All right, folks. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be back again tomorrow. Next few days, my lady and I are just going to be hanging around the place. And we've got a bunch of things coming from Amazon. We've got some shelving to build and some, things to sort out. Our move is going well. My lady has moved in with her dogs. For the most part, they're doing great. The little one whines a little bit. We ordered him a shock collar. That's coming tomorrow. So that's going to a radio-controlled shock collar. That's going to, help train him to not whine as much. But, yeah, everything is going well, and we'll be around. We'll probably do 2 shows tomorrow and 2 shows again on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to be probably heading back to her neck of the woods to get the last bit of stuff from her former place, visit some of her friends. And then Saturday, folks, at some point, probably in the early to mid-afternoon, I'm going to be doing a live stream from the studio from my 49th birthday bash. Coach Eli's 49th birthday bash is coming this Saturday. More than likely, I'll do a Walking with Purpose stream early in the morning, probably around, probably around, 1 or 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10 or 10:30 p.m. Pacific. And then later on in the afternoon, probably I'd say around 6 Eastern or 6:30 Eastern, which is 3 or 3:30 p.m. Pacific. We'll be doing the Coach Eli Coach Eli 49th birthday bash. So keep that in mind, folks. With that being said, have yourselves a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.